let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go. Go. 6. It's beautiful. Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Start your day with a jolt of energy and no-holds-barred opinions. This is The Rush, where Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bring you bold, unfiltered, and uncensored takes on sports, life, and everything in between. Buckle up and let's go.
Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Good to have you here as we kick off the weekend. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, on the Rush Radio Android app or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you are on YouTube this morning, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and of course, you can leave your comments in the comments section and follow us on our social media channels, X, Facebook, and Instagram. Good morning, Ross Peterson. What's going on there, buddy?
Not much, man. You are not in the basement studio, coming to us live from the West, from the Pacific time zone, right?
Yeah. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning here. I got up at 2 a.m. to come down and get ready for the show. This is after my night of, and we'll get into what I'm doing down here. I didn't get done until 9:30 Pacific time last night. Owen and I were starving, so we went and had dinner. We finally got to our room at 10:30 Pacific time, and I go, hey, I forgot to set up the show for tomorrow for the stream. He goes, well, just do it in the morning when you get up. I go, yeah, but I'm very routine. I got up at 2, and I go, I'm a very routine guy because I always usually set up today. I go, I have to stick to my routine. He goes, you're weird, Dad. I go, I know I'm weird, but I won't sleep very good if I don't do this right now. So I went ahead and did that. I think I finally went to bed like 11:30 Pacific and got up at 2 a.m.
As much as I want to talk about the Yankees and go Cubs go,
yes,
and college football, let's just take a second here and talk about what it is, because what you're doing is super, super cool.
It is.
I think it is. I think what you're doing is super cool. So, and I not only tell people what you're doing, but I didn't realize it was starting last night already. So can you kind of catch me up to speed on what's happening?
What I did last night, okay, so I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and every year before the college basketball season starts, NCAA officials have to come together to attend a clinic to basically, if you don't attend this clinic, you do not get to do the NCAA tournament as an official, okay? So you have to be here or have a really good excuse of why you're not here to be able to do an NCAA basketball tournament. But the day before, which is today, is the consortium meeting between the Big 12, the Missouri Valley Conference, the Big West. That's that consortium that comes together and they share officials. Now, I've talked about this before in the fact that I do a podcast for the John Higgins Basketball Association. John Higgins runs that Big 12 consortium. And the name of that podcast is Make the Right Call. So their goal is to educate and help officials elevate their career. And so I've been interviewing officials for the last year or so. And he called me about a couple months ago and said, what do you think about going to Phoenix? We're going to have 200 officials here. And you can just hammer out a bunch of podcasts so we don't have to, do the scheduling. Once the season gets going, it's a lot harder to get those guys. And so I said, sure. So I took a day off of work. I recruited Owen. I said, hey, let's pack up the whole studio. I mean, we've got all 4 cameras here. You should have seen us going through the airport yesterday. And it was, we had all this luggage. We had all this studio stuff. And so I called him. I said, hey, because I'm probably going to do about another 10 interviews today. I did 4 last night. We didn't get to the hotel till about 6 o'clock Pacific. And I said, let's go to work. I go, who do you have here? And so I had a couple guys that most people wouldn't know. The most famous one I did last night was Randy McCall. Randy McCall has done 6 Final Fours, 2 finals. If you Googled Randy McCall, you would go, oh, I know that guy on television, right? So, he's just been that part of NCAA basketball. Today, I've got a lot of officials lined up. I also have coaches, Ross. Today, I'm going to schedule to interview Tad Boyle, the head coach at Colorado, and then Bobby Hurley, the head coach at Arizona State. So
that's a good one. That's a really cool one.
And then you may or may not know this name. Bill Vinovich is going to be one of my interviews. Have you ever heard of Bill Vinovich? Okay, Bill Vinovich is an NCAA official. If you watched the San Francisco-LA Rams game last night, he was the white hat. He was the referee.
Oh, okay, wow.
So, and I was talking to John last night. I go, you can double dip like that? He goes, I got a lot of NFL guys that official for me. And I would never have thought, because when you work for the National Football League, you're an employee of the National Football League. You belong to the officials union. You get an NFL paycheck. You get health care from the National Football League. And you're paid pretty well, right? It's not like NFL officials are not paid well. And I'm like, man, this guy's a glutton for punishment. You're doing the NFL on Sundays. You're doing college basketball during the week. And I said, does he have to wait till the NFL season is over before he can start doing college basketball games? He's like, no. Soon he can do midweek games and then go do his NFL games and then hit the court full steam once the NFL season is over. So that's what I'm doing in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, people may wonder, hey, can I listen to these podcasts? And the truth is, these aren't very publicized podcasts.
Don't you have to pay?
You got to pay for them. And so it's in. The funny thing about these,
and truthfully, Travis, like you told me, it's not. It would be if you're a true basketball geek.
Yes,
it might be for you, but it's really for officials and coaches.
Yes.
Okay.
Really just officials. And to be more specific, Ross, it's more for officials at the high school level, the junior college level, the NAI level, guys who are trying to take their career to the next step. I interviewed John St. Clair last night, and a super nice guy. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. And think about how you go through your career and you try to achieve something. He's been an official for 28 years, Ross. 28 years. So he's still an official. He is also like coordinator of officials, so he does the scheduling for a Division II league in the Southeast. He does a Division III league in Texas. 28 years, he's never done an NCAA tournament. And we went into that. I'm like, he goes, the highest I've gotten is the NIT. He goes, I know my lot in life. He goes, it took me a while to accept it. He goes, but I'm a good official. I get my calls right. I do the little things, but I don't have that it factor that takes me to the next level. You know how hard that would be to admit that to yourself?
I don't have the it factor it takes to be an official on the big stage. There, we've just cored down on the problem. We've just cored down on the problem. You're a great official? Yeah. You make the calls right? Yeah.
Do you look the part?
You're an NIT guy. You're an NIT guy. You know where you'd do well? NAIA. You'd do good at the D2, D3 level. We should probably, because you don't look the part.
But you know what? He was fine with it. He goes, I get it. I understand it.
He can get it, and he can understand that's his lot in life. I hear that, and I go, bingo. There's the problem. There's the problem. This ain't the American Idol auditions.
True.
This should be a truly, specifically merit-based thing. There shouldn't be any sort of, okay, now peel back the curtain and let's make sure they look like the part. Travis, did you know that one of the great things, and I wish I could remember more of the details of this, which symphony did it, who the artist was that got him to do it. You used to audition for like a big orchestral symphony. If you're going to be a part of the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, and you're great at cello, it used to be that you went on a stage in front of the directors and the people that made those decisions, and you played your instrument. Several decades ago, they decided, wait, this is not the way to do that. We're being influenced by something else that we shouldn't be influenced by. They should audition behind a curtain. We should only hear them play. That's what we're doing. We're really trying to get the best musicians. We don't care what they look like. I don't care if the first I don't care what color of their skin they are, the size. I care how good they sound on the violin. So put them behind a curtain, and we'll have everybody play, and we'll decide which curtain sounded best, and that's our first chair. Merit-based.
It's hard to do that with a lot of positions, though, isn't it? I mean, because bias
but
comes into all of our we're all biased in some way, right? I mean,
yeah.
we want to be perfect.
We've been complaining about officials for a long time. We've been complaining about they don't do a good job, and then you find out, you hear something like that, and that should make every fan go, "Oh yeah, that at least solves a little bit of the mystery." We've all wondered why these guys can't do the job at that level. Because they don't have the X factor.
But if you went
it's a good old boys network.
There's some truth to that. But I mean, if you go to a TV station, you could have the greatest reporter in the world.
That's the TV station. Your appearance is part of the merit.
True.
Unfortunately, it's one of those places. That's why I said it's not the American Idol auditions. If you're going to be up on stage, your appearance is part of that. And you can call that fair or unfair. That's a fact.
No, I wouldn't disagree with the health and fitness aspect of it. And fitness is part of you don't want a big old fat guy running down the court making calls either, because there is an appearance.
If he's Jim Belushi. If he's Chris Farley, if he's that big.
I just had Jim Belushi. Remember the track scene in SNL?
Breakfast of Champions?
Yes, I just had that thing pop into my head.
Smoking the cigarettes.
Oh.
It's so good. It's so good. But I don't care what an official looks like at all. Can he physically get up and down the court? Can he physically do the job? Now we're talking about something. But Travis, that's not. We have guys in NCAA that are old. And they can't keep up with these players. Their eyesight is fading.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's why this podcast and this thing started, because John recognized, hey, we're all aging out. And John retired fairly early he went out at 62. I think they recognized, oh, God, we're all getting old. If we don't train some people to come up, we're going to have a massive officiating problem, because it's not like people are flooding into the profession at the high school and youth ranks.
They said, oh, no, our good old boys program needs some good young boys.
Show me a lot of things that aren't a good old boys program, though.
Yeah, I get, but listen, John has known more about this and forgotten more about this than I'll ever know. He knows the ins and outs of this, and he has said, I love his honesty and his candor when he's come on with us to say things like, yeah, we do call the games different for the superstar. Oh man, thank you for saying that, because we've all seen it.
Yeah,
and that's confirmation that my eyes aren't lying to me. And hearing even things like this, I go, thank you for saying it, because that's confirmation that I'm not crazy. Because I've looked around and thought that before. Like, man, they all have a look. They all have a look. Oh, okay, that's by design. That's by design. And that at least acknowledges in your brain of, yep, your instincts aren't lying to you. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm super happy you're down there doing this. This is really neat.
It's a pretty unique situation.
To.
I went to the bar last night, Ross. It was a little weird, and because I'm just sitting there, and like all the top officials from the Big 12, they're all in there, right? You're like, oh, I know you. You don't know me. And I think they're all looking like, because John's the one who scheduled these guys, and the schedules haven't come out yet. So now you have guys who are like, they want to get to John because they want to know how many games they're going to get, and they're like, who's John sitting with, this bald guy that we've never seen as an official before?
Like flex on him? Do they like, John? I've been working out.
How come that guy's getting all John's time? He's not an official.
That's what they're looking at you going, he's the gatekeeper.
That's exactly what I am. Like, this guy's the gatekeeper. We can't get to him. Yeah, I'm running his calendar right now, okay? For the next 2 days.
Only time in my life I ever got mistaken for any sort of authority or gatekeeper, okay? When I'm like 25, 26, 27, I'm just getting started at the radio station, and I was doing high school sports, right? And for the most part, when I covered high school sports, like if I covered high school basketball or football, I would try to find a corner of the gymnasium and or stands. Get as far away from people as I could. First of all, so I could make my phone calls and do my reports, but I didn't want to be bothered by people, right?
Yeah.
So you'd walk in with your papers, you'd be keeping stats, and every now and again you're on your phone making a call. People would think you were a recruiter.
Oh.
And about 1 every 5 games, or around that, about 20% mark. If you didn't have on a KXNO media thing, and I usually didn't, I just kind of went in and did my thing. About 1 out of 5 times, or on a sideline, you know what I mean? You're at a basketball game. You're doing the same thing. You're just trying to stay away from people, pay attention to the game. You're taking notes. You're on your phone. Some dude will come up to you. Hey, what school are you here recruiting for? I'm not. Who are you watching? Who are you recruiting? I'm not recruiting. Promise.
You should have started. You should have made it like a fictitious university, and just and played the part.
I'm here
I'm a Triton University.
4-time NCAA national champion. Surprised you haven't heard of us. You guys won 4 national titles? We claim we do.
I'm just saying, you can lie on that resume. It's been.
I've
known people who've lied on the resume.
I'm sorry to bring up the DMPS. Is that going to piss off some of the listeners and have them not listen to us anymore because we mentioned a huge story that's...
Did somebody get mad?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who listens to the show?
Yeah. One of our old friends that we actually tracked down for a while. He's like, I'm done. Don't talk. You're not talking sports?
Oh, that guy. He's mad at us, huh?
Yeah, mad at us.
Wow, that's too bad.
It's
because
okay.
we care about that guy. We
did. We did.
And I think people. I mean,
I promise if my opinions would have agreed with him, he wouldn't have been pissed off. I guarantee you.
Okay, that makes sense. It's funny how that works out, isn't it?
But people can't have people. People don't like things that are outside of their echo chamber right now, man. You can't have things that challenge your opinions. You can't have things that make you uncomfortable anymore. Because, damn it, this world has been carefully cultivated to keep me comfortable. And the minute that you make me feel uncomfortable, that's why, you know who I love in our chat? And we pick on him all the time.
The Rev?
Rev gets it. Rev gets it. He's like, oh, it's that old thing. Hey, sometimes I'm part of the joke. Sometimes I'm the butt of the joke. The point is, laugh.
100%.
Yeah. I'm here for fodder. I'm here for the fun. Let's do this thing.
The interesting part, how long, I mean, you and I have been doing this together almost 15 years now.
Yeah.
And I think, actually, it's 15 years for me. And you helped me get started at the old place, and then but you and I have been together
years. Took a couple years for them to put us together and kind of figure this thing out.
This thing out. But you and I have been together. It would be 15 years on like Halloween. But since you and I have been doing this, we've always veered from sports. We haven't stuck to sports. And by the way, we're not on a sports station right now. We're on our station.
I just thought I never thought it would be fun to come on the air and be like, all right, here we go. Let's get through the box scores of last night. That was never my idea of fun or entertaining.
Because nobody remembers box scores. Nobody remembers X's and O's.
People remember you pissing your pants.
Yes.
People remember you bird bathing.
Exactly.
These are the things that people stick around. Hey,
what is she doing up already? Oh, I keep remembering it's normal time back there.
It is normal time back, but she didn't spend the night with me. So she just walked in the door.
Oh,
so.
That's cool. It's a welcome home. Gonna drop you off at the door.
So yeah, that was a nice surprise. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Didn't hear her come up or nothing.
Sneaky silent. Got those soft feet coming up the stairs.
She's my little ninja.
Yeah.
It's my little ninja right there.
Well, this is how important. This is how much Ross has had fun over the last several days, and probably coming up in the next several hours, you're going to go visit Ross Peterson on X, and he's going to have a little blue check mark now. He has become verified.
I don't know how long that takes.
It doesn't take long. Trust me, I've got it on 3 different accounts. It doesn't take long at all. You're going to have that blue check mark fairly quickly.
Here's what happened, Trev. I've been active the last couple of days. Have you noticed?
You're like Mount St. Helens. You were a dormant volcano for what I would say a couple years. You haven't been on good X rants for a long time, and all of a sudden the volcano erupted this week. I like the smoke and ash that is pilling from the volcano.
You nailed it, dude. I told Charter this yesterday. I said, man, I've got 3 people in my life right now that read me like a book. Mark Charter's one, Courtney is the other, and you are the third. You are probably the best one. Courtney's really good at it too, but to identify...
Well, she's sleeping with you. She should be.
To see my face and go, oh, you're in this mood. And I am. I've said this for years to people. I'm a weather beacon. I'm a drama queen. It's what it is. I'm super dramatic. So when things are good, it's dramatically good. When things are bad, I get dramatically bad. And Travis can pick up on that. And you said something to me on Monday, dude, that it's resonated in my head. I felt it. Actually, it wasn't Monday. Was it Wednesday morning that we came on the air and we started the show and you said, "You look different. You look happy.
Yeah."
And I said, "I'm back, baby. I'm back. Like I feel like Ross again." It's been a few years. It has. I've been focused on some other stuff, man. It's weird. This part, that dormant is a good way to put it. That part of my life went dormant. Where, okay, I'm not going to be involved. I'm not going to share my opinions. Quite frankly, because for several years there, it was screaming into the void of noise. But right now, there's a tidal wave of stuff happening. Tidal wave of stuff happening. So a lot of people that are like, oh, this is selective outrage. You're just getting mad now because... No, I've been mad for a long time, and I've tried to protect my life and do my things. Now is the time to start weighing in. Now is the time to say, hey, by the way, other things are happening behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm back. I feel it. These last couple days, I have literally, that fire's back inside of me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to get involved. I want to try to be a voice for change of some type in my community. I love it.
So you needed more characters on X, though, right?
That's what it was. I was firing off on and I'm like going back and deleting, apostrophes and changing ands to the ampersand sign. I'm like saving characters and then I hit like deleting periods at the end of sentences and stuff. And I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb. How much is it? $8 a month? Yeah, sure. Do it so I can at least not spend my mornings trying to, okay, how do I rephrase this? And the other part, like you've talked about, Travis, with Twitter, it does make it so you have to be super pointed. You can't have a great conversation on Twitter because you got to make your point now.
Yes.
Cut through the weeds, get right to it. And I don't like doing that because I get really snarky and snotty, and it doesn't help any sort of discourse when you're doing that. But,
did I miss anything yesterday? Did you go off yesterday on anything?
I'm sure I did. Yesterday, yeah, I'm sure I did. I was fishing yesterday. I got a great story for you.
You went fishing yesterday, huh?
I got a great story. I found a pond. It's super sketchy.
Hold on. I mean, just the word pond.
Lake. It's a lake. It's big.
But it's sketchy?
It's super sketchy.
Are you going to give location, or is that a secret?
No, I'm not giving any location. No.
What makes it sketchy?
Dude, let's talk about this for a second. There are very, very few things in life anymore that you get to discover. There are very few things that you get to find on your own. And fishing is one of those things that allows for that. You can, when you're driving down the road, if you've got time to kill, take your map and zoom out. See what's around you. That literally doing that, I was driving to a showing one day. I was going to be about an hour early, and I didn't realize it till I'm on the road. I'm like, oh, man, I'm way ahead of schedule here. Let's find a fishing hole. As I'm driving, I'm looking at the map, and I come across this ginormous lake. I've never seen that before. Well, here's a dirt road that leads to that lake.
Is it private or public?
Well, I did some searching. I found out it is still private. So I found the people that are in charge of it, asked if I could have permission to fish. They told me yes. They said, we don't tell anybody no. So go ahead. We've never kicked anybody out. You go right ahead. Started fishing down there, ran into a guy that was familiar with it, started sharing some spots with me on the pond where I could actually get access to the water. Told me where the homeless people are living around the lake how to be respectful to them, because they're the stewards.
This is home for them. This is their lakefront property. They have lakefront property.
So be respectful for them. Okay.
Okay.
So I've been taking some of my buddies. We've been finding some time to get down there. Yesterday, a couple of my buddies were off work. My buddy Tyrell, who's an electrician, had some time. Like, let's get down there. So here's what happened. Yesterday, I get a text as we're standing there by the water. I get a text that says Ian Roberts has been released from custody. What? Released? So I fire off a text to Parizek. I'm like, "Hey, released?" ? My phone rings right away, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he goes, "Dude, not released, transferred. He's in," and he explains to me he's in federal custody now, so nobody's going to be able to find him anymore. The Fed agents don't have to play the same games that the locals do. There is no connection to the community.
He's now just disappeared.
He's now in federal custody. And you can and so what happens is some guy on Twitter is like, I'm going to do my own investigative research. I'm going to call the Pottawatomie County Jail, right? And he calls the Pottawatomie County Jail, where some guy who might be a part-time employee answers the phone. He's got no clue what's happening in Des Moines. Hi, Pottawatomie County Jail. Hello, I'm trying to check. Do you have a prisoner by the name of Ian Roberts? Which might not. And the dude punches in his computer, Roberts. Nope, not in our custody. Oh, my God, he's been released. He's on the streets. And people go on Twitter and go, he's loose. Protect the children. He's in custody. He's being transferred. It's okay. So I'm in the middle of that conversation with Sergeant Parizek. And all of a sudden, Rex, bang, big fish. Big fish. He's fighting this thing. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, oh, Rex got a big one. Rex got a monster. And Paul's like, get him, Rex. Sergeant Parizek is like, get him, Rex, get him. So I hang up the phone with Paul, with Sergeant Parizek. I start moving down to the shoreline to help. This fish shows up along the bank, Travis. I didn't know what type of fish it was.
Prehistoric?
No, what I mean is it was so big. So there's stripers, there's big bass in this lake, but this looked like a giant catfish. The way it came up and came to the surface and boiled, and I was like, what the hell is this thing? And I mean, Rex's pole is like this. It's like bent over.
That 10-pound test line's not working on this, right?
And we call Tyrell Rex. His name is Tyrell. We call him T-Rex, which gets changed to Rex. So I apologize. It's the same guy.
Okay.
It's one guy. My buddy Scott and I we're both moving down the bank to try to get to this line. And this fish comes up along the bank. Dude, it's the biggest largemouth bass I've ever seen in my life. Now, last weekend, my best friend Scott, who's there with me, he caught the biggest largemouth I've ever seen. This one is significantly larger. This thing, I'm not kidding, dude. It looks like it's 25 inches. It's an 8-pound bass. It's enormous. We're fishing on these bricks. As Rex gets the fish next to the shore, it thrashes and the line cuts on the brick.
Oh.
I went in after the fish.
No, you did not.
Dude, yes. So I got a hand on him. I got my right hand on his back, and he spiked me because bass have that
defense mechanism.
Dorsal fin or whatever they call that stupid one. And I lost him. I didn't get him. We never landed the fish.
Because this would have been a great picture. You'd have been like, this is the
dude, this would have been this. I was already thinking of the picture. As I'm getting down there, I saw that it was a largemouth bass, and I'm like, what is that?
See, this is going to make you come back because this is like the fish that got away, man. You're going to be going back.
I'll be there today.
Here, fishy, 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 fishy.
I got some. I have sold a house yesterday. Got a property under contract for a buyer, so I've got to get some paperwork done up in Ankeny today. Expect a line to be wet today.
He's got it all planned out. 515-517-2303. We do have the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo coming up around 7:15. We have to give away some sweet tickets to Adam Sandler to sit with Ross so he can lecture to you all his feelings.
Because people are like, I don't want to do that.
I know that. I'm playing off of what we said. And I think Tyler Kluver is going to join us. Even though the Hawks aren't playing, I'm assuming he's going to jump on, but I'll cross my fingers and hope that he does.
We'll have our weekly woohoo. We'll have some fun.
It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza. The patio is open and ready for you, your friends, and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening this summer at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
It's game time at Willis Chevrolet of Granger. We're kicking off September with hard-hitting deals. Drive the legendary Silverado 1500 with 2.9 APR for 72 months, or lease on the 2025 Silverado 1500 Turbo Max for just $349 a month. The all-new 2026 Equinox is on the field with 1.9 APR and no payments for 90 days. Need a value-packed starter? The Chevy Trax starts in the low 20,000s. And don't forget, this is your last month to get up to $7,500 in federal tax credits on eligible electric Chevy vehicles. Stop in and see us in Granger, or visit us online at willischevy.com.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Got weekend plans, heading up to Ames for the big football game, I guess they're on the road, aren't they? You aren't going to Ames to watch a football game because it's not being played there. It's being played in Cincinnati. But if you are going to Cincinnati, make sure to fill up your car with clean, burning, unleaded 88 from Iowa Corn. For more information, go to iowacorn.org. Ross, before we dive into the sports topics of the day, because there was some stuff, and you're going to have to basically fill me in because I was on a plane and I was doing interviews all night. I saw our buddy Chris Meharry was at the Iowa Realtors Convention. Were you a part of that? Did you? No.
Yeah, he was there.
Okay.
Willie Farrell apparently was, I don't want to say performed, but I guess that's, what's the word for when a comedian
He does a private gig.
Yeah. Willie Farrell did his thing, entertained the audience for a while, from what I understand, or at least he was there because some of my buddies reached out and they're like, Willie's here. Willie is like Ed Wilson. You know what I mean? Like when people see Willie, it's like an event. That's the event. So Travis, this thing is it's a neat thing, but it's a continued education. It's a continuing education. Lisa Bluter, Jan Jensen was there, not Lisa Bluter. Jan Jensen was there to speak. So they do a really neat thing where, they bring all the realtors together that want to show up, and it's like a little luncheon thing, and it counts as your continuing education deal. But no, I just go every couple of years and take the test.
You had to fish. I mean, you had to fish yesterday.
If you said to me, "Hey Ross, you want to go sit down in a ballroom with a bunch of realtors or go fishing?" I wouldn't answer the question.
That's fair. I was just curious. That's why I asked you about it. How about your Yankees last night, man? 4-0 over Boston.
Dude. That was fun. That's fun to you get a pitching performance like that. Boone stays out of the way of it and advance. Beat the Red Sox. The world feels right again, doesn't it? To say the Yankees beat the Red Sox, doesn't it feel like, oh, the world's spinning the right direction again? Yeah. You want to know why we're in bizarro world? 2004. The Red Sox beat the Yankees. What? In bizarro world these last 21 years. Last night, we're back, baby.
You mentioned the pitching performance. How do you say his last name? Is it
Get that second L in there.
Schittler?
No, come on. Got to get the L's in there.
I can't say it. I can't. I cannot pronunciate it. Pronounce it. Schlittler.
Get them L's. Focus on the L's.
But reminiscent of Game 1, right? I mean, where he pulled Max Fried pretty early.
7th inning, right? He was 6 1/3.
6 1/3.
Got that first out in the 7th and then got pulled.
And here last night, you got a 24-year-old on the mound. He's throwing gas. He hit, over 100 miles an hour several times. He strikes out 12.
That's
0 walks, 5 hits.
Yeah.
But he rides
Trav, I did see one of the articles this morning. Let me see if I can find it. They said they said historic 12K gem. What do you know? What did you read anything about what was? I didn't hear anything. We were at dinner last night, and so I didn't get to hear them say. I wasn't listening to the broadcast. His 12 strikeouts, the most in a winner-take-all game in history. There you go.
24 years old. I mean, you got to be asking yourself, do I want a 24-year-old on the mound going into the 8th inning? We've got a lead, and
when you
ride that
like
arm,
that,
man.
I think that's part of it, where you go, we got to ride this kid.
Well, and I think part of it is he's not smart enough to know. And I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just let the kid go play baseball.
Fair. Yeah. 24-year-old rookie.
who grew up in Massachusetts, grew up a Boston fan.
Yeah. Started the season in Double-A, moved up to Triple-A, moved up to the majors, and you watch that last night and you go, this is the big... I mean, I hate overstating stuff, and with Major League Baseball pitchers, things change very, very, very quickly. But, man, that's the start of something. That's the start. You put up a performance like that in Yankee Stadium, you've put a pretty big brick in your wall there to build something off of. Oh, exciting. Now, have to see what the Yanks are able to do with it, but yeah, great news last night to beat the Red Sox and do it with a performance like that.
Now, I missed the entire Cubs game because I was on a plane and I was on a 3-hour flight, and I got off and I was walking to the baggage claim, and everybody was at the bar in Phoenix, and they were watching the Cubs game. I didn't stop to watch it. But I understand. Did you happen to watch? I understand the ninth inning was just absolutely incredible. A lot of drama in the ninth inning.
Yeah, I mean, I almost said Yanks. Yeah, Cubbies were up 3-0 going into the ninth, and then things got exciting because, man, that 3-run lead can evaporate so quickly, right? And then they get one of those runs back, and everybody gets real tight. And even the last out of the game, man, comes off the bat. Sorry about that. I should have hit my mute. When that ball comes off the bat, there's a moment of, oh, no. Oh, no. And it ends up being a fly out about 10 feet short of the track. But exciting. Dude, really fun baseball yesterday.
You know, the interesting part, I wonder if Kirk, who is our listener who checked in from Chicago for the game.
I thought about him last night.
Well, and I actually got yesterday a contradictory email. There was a guy coming back from Chicago. He goes, hey, I missed the show live yesterday, so I'm listening on the podcast coming back. And he goes, I have to disagree with Kirk's assessment. He goes, I was in the stadium, and it was an amazing crowd. And he goes, it was actually some of the most fun I've had at a baseball game. So I wonder if it's where he was.
That's exactly what my first instinct.
That was where
my
you're
first
at.
instinct is where were you sitting? I would love to know from both of them, honestly. And wouldn't it be fascinating if they were like both in the bleachers?
Well, Kirk was in the upper deck, so he was.
Oh, that's right.
Kirk was in the upper deck. This guy, I believe, was in the bleachers, which the bleachers are going to be more fun, right? That's more of a party atmosphere.
Have you ever done that, Trav?
I've sat in the bleachers, yes. It's been years. I mean, it's been 30, 35 plus years since I've sat in the bleachers.
Let me ask you a clarifying question. Have you ever, I almost cussed, have you ever sat shirtless?
No.
I almost asked if you've ever shatless, and that wouldn't be, yes, you've done that.
Many times I've shatless. Shatless. Yes, I've done that.
Have you ever sat in the bleachers shirtless, though?
No.
Oh, dude, that's an experience.
Because Kirk could have had tickets to yesterday's game, but because he had such a bad experience, he goes, you know what? I'm skipping. We're going to go home.
He said it had a corporate feel. It had more of a businessman's feel where he was in the stadium. And then when it probably was that final out, Trav, if I'm being real honest, that I thought about Kirk. When Pete Crow Armstrong catches that final, and he turns and he's like pumping his fist towards the bleachers, and you could hear the place is going crazy. They're firing up, go Cubs go. That was the moment I was like, oh, this was the moment Kirk was hoping for. Kirk went to Chicago hoping for this moment, and he missed it by a day.
And he could have stayed. He could have stayed.
Yeah. So Kirk,
now
thanks for keeping us in the loop and sending your pictures with us. That was really, really cool.
But it's also an example of how two people can attend the same event and have a completely different experience.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy says, man, I had the time of my life. Another guy says, it sucked. They said the reports were there was a raucous crowd at Wrigley Field last night or yesterday afternoon. So the Cubs now play the Brewers, which will be the Brewers. The Brewers-Cubs interest me. You know, Detroit-Seattle doesn't interest me that much.
Yeah.
Doesn't do it. Does the Yankees-Blue Jays do it for you?
I mean, it's the Yankees, so yeah, and that'll be enough. That's enough. Yankee playoff baseball is enough to do it for me. Cubs playoff baseball is enough to do it for me. I'm with you. Tigers, Mariners. The Tigers were kind of in the background the whole time, even in the wild card round. Does the Cal Raleigh storyline intrigue you enough to go out of your way to watch Detroit, Seattle?
No, it doesn't. Why is that? Why? I mean, you have
they're just out. They're out of sight, out of mind. How many Tigers or Mariners fans do you have in your life?
Zero. I have
That's
zero.
my answer too. That's my answer as well. But you say Cubs fans, oh man, now you're talking about family. You say Yankees fans, that's me and family. The Dodgers, Phillies, there's enough stink there, right? There's enough. Yeah. There's enough hate against the Dodgers, intrigue with the Phillies that I'll be keeping an eye on that series too. It'll be the Detroit, Seattle will be. It's gonna be hard for me to pay attention to that. But I'm just being honest with you. That's the one that I'll. That's the fourth. The interest level. That's the fourth one down for me.
You mentioned Pete Crow Armstrong. The dude was he was 3 for 4 at the plate yesterday. Had an RBI, and still hitting out of the 8 spot, I believe.
Dude, Charter is a huge Cubs fan. Watches every game. He nailed it the other day. He's like, man, this guy's feast or famine. Now, is that a guy that? Let's say it comes down to a big at-bat. I'm interested to know how because as an outsider, if the Yankees are playing against the Cubs, I don't want to see Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. As an outsider, I think he's going to deliver in those big moments. But what I've learned is that Cub fans that have been watching all year have said, man, it's so feast or famine, I don't want him up in those big moments. So I'd be interested to know how other Cub fans feel about that because, again, as a baseball fan that's watching from the outside, a slight rooting interest in the Cubs, I think, oh, yeah, that's the guy you want in those big moments. But Cub fans that have been die-hard with this team, have watched every pitch of the season, have said, not that guy. Love him, want him to be a Cub. He's fantastic. He's so feast or famine. We need, in those big moments, I'd rather have somebody with more consistency. So I thought that was an interesting take from a smart Cubs fan.
So the division series will be starting, I believe, this weekend, and good baseball. I know there was a tough call in the Cubs game in the 9th inning last night where the ABS came into it. And they're like, a lot of people believe that the Padres got screwed, and they're like, next year this wouldn't happen. They would have had. I'm like, you can't say next year. Yeah, I mean because it's coming, but you don't have the benefit of ABS. You're going to miss calls. You don't want to, but. That's life. That's baseball.
Exactly. That's baseball. And this is why we should have forced this on a long, long, long time ago. We can eliminate these human errors that impact the game. I still one of my nephews the other day who played high school baseball. His dad's his dad, my brother-in-law, is a huge baseball fan, and he said, Uncle Ross, I don't like the automatic balls and strikes. I said, well, why? He says, because the human error is part of the game. I said, yeah, and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. This is a great example of it. Your eye is going to lie to you at some point. You're going to miss something, and we can eliminate that. We can put an assistance in that umpire's pocket that helps him make those decisions in a split second. I think it's a great idea.
I was getting off the plane in Phoenix yesterday. I was coming down the escalator to baggage claim, and there was a big picture of Sophie Cunningham, right? I'm like, well, this is weird. You know, she's not wearing a Fever jersey. She's not wearing a Mercury jersey. Of course, she played in Phoenix before she went to Indiana. She's a spokesman for some company that's down here. And then we get off, and Owen goes, look at Dad, they got a countdown clock to the women's Final Four. They're 180-some days away from the women's Final Four. He goes, I just didn't expect to see that. Well, yesterday was exit interview day for the Indiana Fever, and of course, Caitlin Clark gave her first public comments since like July. She's been injured, so she hasn't done any news. And she continues to handle things like a professional, Ross. It's amazing to me because she could have gone scorched earth. She could have gone to Fisa Collier, right? She could have blown the whole thing up. But she's wise beyond her years, meaning she's got a great army in front of her, including teammates from other teams. Collier was one of them who strategically brought Caitlin Clark's name into that conversation. And Caitlin comes up and says, that Collier made a lot of good points. She was not aware of that conversation existed before she heard them, which is kind of surprising to me. I can't keep a secret very well. If I would have been, if he's calling, I would have been, Caitlin, you're not going to believe what Kathy Engelbert told me, right? I mean, I would have been like, she said you should thank your lucky stars you make $16 million or whatever the dollar figure is. But Caitlin handles it in such a different way that you go, that was measured, it was calm, it was professional, but it has meaning too, right? I mean, the way you handle it, don't go scorched earth. You're like, okay, I let somebody else turn the flamethrower on. I'm coming in just to go, she made some very good points. We're at an intriguing time at the league right now. And those words followed by, flamethrower just adds more credibility to what they're trying to accomplish, which is collective bargaining. That's what everybody has to keep in mind. There's a lockout coming on October 31st, and this is all part of the bargaining process. And this is what I don't like about the bargaining process. Even if there's some truth in the words, which I'm going to assume that Collier's words had a lot of truth to them. Was it the full truth? We all tend to make things more advantageous.
Everybody tells their own story.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
But this is what I don't like about negotiations. It happens in the NFL, happens in all the leagues, is that it gets ugly. And then all of a sudden when the deal's signed, everybody's hugging, kissing, it's like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying there? It's like, it's
totally,
weird.
dude. Again, another home run from Caitlin Clark. There's a part of me that does wish in just in these conversations. Hear me out what I'm about to say, because initially it's going to sound really odd, but give me a minute. Every now and again, I have 1% of me that wishes she didn't grow up here in Central Iowa, because I'm such a fan. She can do no wrong in my head, right?
It's a bias.
There's a bias, and I think that if she'd grown up in Florida or California or Texas, I might have a different. I wonder. That's what I'm getting at. I wonder if my perception of her would be different if she weren't a Des Moines, Iowa girl. But man, this is another PR home run. You're absolutely right. She could have gone up there. What would verbal volcano Ross have done? Oh, Jesus.
Scorched earth.
Laid everybody to waste and then walked away with no friends in the room, right? And Caitlin Clark goes in there with that ability. She's got that flamethrower strapped to her back that she didn't even want. Everybody says, hey, you've got that ability right there to just kill it all. Do it. Do it. Do it. And something in her or her PR team, I want to give the credit to Caitlin, because for a long time we were like, oh man, she must have this team of people that are killing this for her. Maybe that's still the case, but dude, the credit's got to go to her. She's the one that continues to deliver exactly the right message. Stay on point. What did you think about those things? And she shares facts without, I didn't even know about them. No, what are your opinions on it? Yeah, I didn't even know they were happening. Yeah, but now that you know about them, what do you think about them? Well, I'm glad Nafisha was able to.
She made good points.
She never dumps into the fray. Doesn't even dip a toe into it. It's very impressive.
I think, and I'm kind of with you, is you got to credit mom and dad. You got to credit people who are around her. you got to credit upbringing a little bit, and not saying what Collier did was wrong or a bad way.
Not at all. And I'm glad she did what she did. I really am. And she, by the way, we talked about this. Her delivery, her message was spot on. Spot on. She did a wonderful job of delivering that to say, hey, I've got this thing I've got to share. She's in a different position than Caitlin Clark is. She's in that position where she can impact some change by saying, Caitlin says something and it moves the needle too far. And I think she's aware of that. So she's very, very cautious about, all right, the overall goal is to move this direction. I'm going to move the ball this direction. But Nafisa Collier and Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, and they're all different fingers of the same glove.
Different roles.
Nafisa, you get out there and start moving the ball this direction. I'm going to flank them from this side. It's really good. It's really good. And I'm not surprised at all. I saw on your rundown, I didn't know she had her exit interview. You sent the rundown this morning. You're like, Caitlin Clark nails her exit interview, doesn't dip into the fray. That's exactly the way to say it, man. So you're right. Marketing team, upbringing, all of these things are contributing factors. The person who continues to deliver the message with 100% accuracy is Caitlin Clark. And not only that, she's also the one that goes out when she's not hurt and delivers the goods. It's
you know what that
impressive.
That's leadership.
Good way to put it, dude. I saw somebody in the chat say she's teaching the team. That's a really good way to look at it, too.
Now, Sophie Cunningham came in after her and blew the place up. I mean,
because again, different
that's her
fingers
role.
of the same glove. Exactly right. She can do that. Her marketing ability is different than the other girls. Ladies.
Women.
Nafisa Collier's women is different than the other women in the league. Caitlin's is different. But if they can do the 5 fingers of the same glove routine, I'm going left, you go right, we are going to go straight at them.
And what you have here is, obviously, if what we're hearing is true, what we have here is failure to communicate. But what we have is a league that had so much power because the league was flailing for the longest time, that you have a group of women who are very smart, who are business savvy, who understand the economics, who understand the dynamics, who understand their marketing power, who are using that to their advantage, because if they don't do it now, it may never happen.
Yeah.
Right? It may never happen if they don't do it now. 515-517-2303. We got an hour in the books. We got an hour to go. Hour number 2, we're going to be giving away Adam Sandler tickets. You can sit with Ross in the suite at the Casey Center tomorrow night. The Iowa Lottery Weekly Woo-Hoo and Tyler Kluber.
How about this? I'll even sweeten the pot a little bit. Okay? Whoever wins, I promise I won't talk politics with you unless you want. I will share my fishing hole with you if you'd like.
Ooh. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
You've got enough on your plate, so when it's time to reset, grab a Fresca. Bold citrus, 0 sugar, 0 caffeine. Just clean, crisp refreshment that never goes out of style, whether it's post-work, post-gym, or just a break from the noise. Fresca's got your back. Pick up a Fresca at your local retailer today.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and I'm excited to announce some great things we have going on this month. Right now we have retail cash of $10,000 on all 2025 QX80s and $8,000 all 2025 QX60s. For more information, come visit our showroom or online at willisinfinity.com.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah.
Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Happy Friday, everybody. It's good to have you here. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, on the Rush Radio Android app or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, hit that subscribe button. We like it when people subscribe to our channel. Go ahead and give the video a like as well and leave your comments in the comments section. And you can follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm live from Phoenix, Arizona this morning. If you missed that conversation at the beginning of the hour, I'm in Phoenix to interview NCAA basketball officials. It's the big NCAA basketball get-together for officials, and they're all gathered in one place, and I'll be talking to some of the... I always like to ask, and they never bite. I always like, what's the toughest place to officiate? And I get why they don't want to go in there, because you're like, well, if I say KU, then Duke's going to be mad. If I say Duke, then Kansas is going to be mad. So they're just like...
You just say any of the arenas with blue.
It's a good way to... Why is
and
that?
Hilton. Otherwise, I'll piss off all the people up in Hilton. So, yeah, it basically any university. You know what's hard to do? It's hard to do college basketball. That's got to be the answer. What are the other questions? You should ask other questions that make them really uncomfortable. Hey, what's your favorite technical you've ever given?
You know, that may not be a bad question.
Have you ever gone into a game anticipating that you were going to give a coach a technical? And if they say no, they're lying, by the way. If they say no, they're lying. Because I've been at those head tables when the officials come out and they're going through the thing, they're signing the book, and they're picking the ball. I've been at those tables when an official looks at the official scorekeeper and says, hey, which one of these coaches is the Woodley? Why? Because we've heard about him, and we're ready for him. He's the blonde one that looks like he's mad. Oh, did Trav freeze? Are we about to lose Travis in the internet? Oh, no. Oh, you're back. You're back. I got you.
Okay.
I got you. All right. Yeah. Travis is going to be interviewing Bobby Hurley later today, so not just officials. He's actually got some Division I coaches that are in Arizona with him as well for this. It's like an officiating symposium, Travis. How do you describe this?
So basically, all officials have to you have to attend one of the NCAA events that basically get you a notch for the NCAA tournament. So today is the Big 12 consortium meeting. So John Higgins is hosting that, to where they're going through how they're going to evaluate them. This year, the Big 12 has asked for and will get an evaluation of every single game. I was under the impression that they did that all the time. Now, I think you're graded by somebody who's there, but the Big 12, for every single game now, wants an evaluation of every single official and every single crew, and those evaluations are going to be given to the coaches as well. So they're going to be watched. It's a 7-point scale. No, there's bullet points within those 7 points, but you're graded on appearance. You're graded on communication. You're graded on whether you made the right calls or not. You're on positioning. That's another thing I never think of as an official, is positioning.
Where they're at.
Where you're at on the court. He goes, you'd be surprised as you try to anticipate the game yourself. And they went through a scenario last night. He goes, if I would have been 2 steps to the right as opposed to 2 steps to the left, I would have had a much better angle on a play.
Wow. That's cool. The science of that stuff's really neat.
Yeah, and he goes, and you try to anticipate the game, the flow of the game. You're like, okay, I'm going to move 2 left. He goes, I should have gone right. And believe it or not, 2 steps can mean you could miss a call, right? They're going to get great. They get graded on evaluated on communication. And I like this one too, how you handle pressure situations. And because at some point in almost every single game, there's going to be pressure situations, and how do you handle those?
That's a fascinating conversation. How do you practice for that? How do you put your? That's hard. That would be
hard. That really would be hard.
You know what
and
you
I
do?
brought up
I got it. I know what you do. I know what you do. You bring in the Woodleys to scream and yell at you, and you go,
But and I said, well, be more specific with communication. And they're like, there's an example of a coach will try to intimidate an official, but it's usually they smell weakness in your body language. And there was a new official that a couple of years, they called him and said, hey, we're watching the tape. And it's like when a coach comes up to you, you have your shoulder to them, and you almost want to get away from them. It's like you don't want to have the conversation. He goes, I don't. He goes, I don't know how to. I don't know how to feel confident. So they worked with him, and he came back and goes, that worked. He goes, once you nod your head, you listen, you square up to somebody, look somebody in the eye.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing how that works out.
We're all just animals, dude.
Yes.
We're all just filthy animals. If you can
here's
hack that lizard brain, right?
And I hope I'm not divulging too much, or they never told me I couldn't say this stuff. But each one of the officials I interviewed last night said the NCAA rulebook is a mess. It's a bureaucrat. Really? Yes, they said there's too much ambiguity in it. It's very bureaucratic. And they use the NBA as an example. They said the NBA playbook is like this thick, right? So if you can, I've got like not even a half inch. He goes, the NCAA playbook is like this.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
He goes, it's impossible. And he goes, it's not black and white. And, they'll have examples in the playbook and that doesn't even explain it. So he goes, our interpretation of that can sometimes be, I don't know. So I'm actually, even though I get to do these interviews, I find I get to learn more. If you get to learn something new every day, have a better appreciation for
being
the
around people that are passionate. Being around people that are passionate about what they're talking about and expressing that. I've said this so many times. My buddy Tony Wink, who used to do the motocross racing show on KXNO for many years, he did Pit Pass Moto Weekly, which at the time I'm like, we're doing a motorcycle racing show? Well, this is dumb. And then I produced it a few times, and I got to know Tony, and it became one of my favorite shows on KXNO. because the dude, it didn't matter. He could talk to you about what pit boards were and 5 minutes in, you were like, okay, so I got questions about this now. Like, you've hooked me. And it was the passion that poured out of him, the knowledge. You felt it, and you went, oh, this human is alive. This is cool. I got a live one here, folks. I got to have lunch with one of my favorite people on Wednesday, a guy by the name of Coach John Walling. His son, Rory, was a lot of Cyclone fans will remember Rory Walling. He was a Steve Tasker, Don Beebe type of special teams defensive grit kid that was on the Iowa State Cyclone football team. His dad, his mom and dad, were teachers here in the Des Moines Public School District for decades. His dad is a role model, mentor, idol to hundreds of people in on the east side of Des Moines. Hundreds, dude. And a guy that the passion pours out of him at all times. Pours out of him. It's so cool. I told a couple buddies that I was going to go have lunch with Walling, and one of them was like, dude, that guy gave us a speech one time. It was the most emotional, inspirational speech I've ever heard. It was the only time we ever went and beat Dowling. He got so passionate during the speech that he threw up in the locker room. I'm like, Jesus. Okay, so the next day, I'm with him, and I said, hey, Coach, I had a conversation about you last night. My friend Tyson was telling me about this speech that you gave. That's all I said. And he says, I remember that speech. We were playing against Dowling. I got so, and he's like, I was telling him this story about my friend and how when I played against Dowling in high school, they didn't treat him well. And he ended up passing away. And I've held on to that my whole life. And every time I see Dowling, I think about and you could see the passion. Travis, he knew the game. He knew the year. This is a guy that's coached for 35 years. He remembered the specific speech in the specific locker room. It was before a freshman football game.
A freshman football game?
It wasn't even a varsity football game. It was a freshman football game. I said, "Oh, I'm going fishing tomorrow with Tyrell. He wanted me to tell you hi too." And he says, "I remember Tyrell's first touchdown." What? Yep, I remember it. I remember him running down the sideline with his face mask sticking straight up there. I told Tyrell that, and he goes, "I was thinking of my brother." But that's what that passion, man, that stuff that flows out of a person. I love
kind of like you in politics. Kind of like you in politics.
Sure. It's sometimes. Sometimes it's fun to be around. Sometimes I don't even like being in there.
Do you have that passion for one specific thing? Because I don't know if I do. I think I'm passionate about a lot of things I do. I don't know if I am passionate about something. I mean, like Mick and his Jeeps. The dude's pretty passionate about his Jeeps,
right?
Yes.
When Jeep started, when I almost said Jeep stud. When Mick starts talking about his Jeeps, you feel it. God, this guy loves this thing. This is cool. Maybe fishing. When I think about fishing, my brain does that. I get in my happy place.
You jumped in a sketchy lake to try to catch the largest largemouth bass you've ever seen in your life. I would say that's pretty passionate.
Dude, I scraped up my ankle. Like running down the bricks, my adrenaline was rushing. I didn't realize I'd done it, and so now I'm in the water. I don't have the fish, and it starts. I'm like, oh, and everything starts to crash. And I look down, and I've got about a 4-inch gash on my side of my leg. I'm like, yeah. Now I got tetanus and no fish.
When's the last tetanus shot you got?
Years ago.
I don't know when the last tetanus shot I got was. I know. Are you supposed to get them every 5 or 10 years?
I don't know. I guarantee you I'm outside of the window.
Oh, me too. Don't get me wrong. So am I. And when I go to my yearly physical, they don't go, hey, it's time for a tetanus. They should be checking that. Woo-hoo! Oh, you know what it's time for? Woo-hoo! That's right. It's time for the Iowa Lottery Weekly. Woo-hoo!
Boys and their toys. Look at him, how happy he gets. We were just talking about passion and joy. I like the recoil. It's my favorite thing. It's like you're firing off a shotgun. Like, bang! Look at that. Oh, dude. Oh, ow. Ow.
Got some kick to it.
I hit the woohoo button. Ow.
515-517-2303. It's the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo. What made you go woohoo this week? It can be anything. And not only are we going to give you a $90 prize pack from the Iowa Lottery, but we're going to throw in a pair of, and what you can do, you can add to this. It's your weekly woohoo and why you want to sit with Ross tomorrow in the suites at the Adam Sandler Show. 515-517-2303 and make us go.
I got some woohoos. You got a woohoo?
I'll let you go first because calls are coming in.
I'd like the L's in Cam Schlittler's name. Those are a woohoo. They're doing a lot of heavy lifting. A lot of heavy lifting in that name. So the L's in Cam Schlittler's name, woohoo. Woohoo for having those L's there.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Ray.
Ray! Is this
welcome.
Rev Ray?
Is this the Rev Ray?
No.
Oh, it's Ray Q. Don't insult me. Ray Q, what's up, buddy?
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Woohoo! The pucks have started to drop in hockey. Ray is a happy camper. I feel like ripping off my clothes, running through a cornfield naked, and howling at the moon.
Okay, now why do you want to go sit with Ross in the suite?
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he doesn't win. Ray's like, can I just get the lottery tickets and leave the rest of the stuff? I don't want to be around. Ray, here's the deal. If you win, man, and you can't make it to the show, I've got some folks. I know what to do with the tickets. I've got some people that want to go that we can get there. So if somebody wins that either can't use or doesn't want to use the Sandler tickets, don't sweat it. We can give them away to somebody else. Okay.
Thanks, Ray. That's a good woohoo though with the hockey.
Fair enough.
And
good one,
again,
Ray.
Ray's one of those guys, man. Passion.
Loves him some hockey. Night?
What?
I got up to go to work, and I was flipping through the channels, and I saw a hockey game on, and I flipped it on. I said, oh, my God, hockey's on. I got wood, and I wasn't even at the lumber yard.
Okay, that's a good joke. That's a good one.
Moved.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Tommy. Tommy, welcome to the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo.
How are you doing?
Good. Who's your
Tommy?
woohoo?
My woohoo is it about? Can it be about me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I won this billiards tournament last week. I got a free trip to Mexico, Plaza de Carmen.
Oh,
that's
damn!
Awesome.
Nice job, Tommy. So
I want to sit next to Ross because he hasn't went out with my wife and his girlfriend like he promised.
Oh, this is my buddy Tommy. This is Tommy Pickles.
Oh.
Tommy Concrete. This is my barber. This is my dude.
He's the one that makes you look like you have hair.
Yes. The guy is magical. I don't know how he does it.
And he can
He's
play
magical.
billiards. All right,
Tommy can do a lot of things, dude.
Thanks, Tommy. He's listening.
Love you, buddy.
Gotta turn us down. Thanks, buddy.
Tommy is also an amazing bowler.
Really?
Yeah,
a
dude,
barber, a bowler, and a billiards player. What is up with the bees?
He needs our T-shirt that says, I bet you're good at ping pong. You know what I mean? Like, he's good at everything he does.
We don't have that shirt yet, but I'll make it. 515-517-2303. Brian, who's your weekly?
I'm going to say me and my wife. We sold our house on Monday. She was beyond ecstatic. I would have loved to use Ross, but she wanted to use our realtor we used when we bought the house. And it was just a very exciting day.
Yeah, that's a big woohoo for you, Brian. And hey, man, I learned a long time ago, everybody knows 15 realtors, okay? Nothing personal. Right. I'm happy that you use somebody that actually got your house sold in this market, man. Good job out of you. I sold one yesterday and got one under contract for a buyer as well. 2 different clients and getting things moving. in this at this time of year is great. That's a big woohoo for you, Brian. And the wife is happy, so that's like mega
happy
woohoo.
wife, happy life.
She's beyond happy, and this would be even more. This would be the cherry on top. This would be unreal.
To sit with Ross, you mean, in the suite at Adam Sandler?
Yes, everything. This whole week would just be unreal if that was possible.
Good stuff. Thanks,
That's
Brian.
very cool, Brian.
Appreciate
Thank you, man.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Ross, who's got a weekly woohoo. Ross, what's going on?
Happy Friday, boys.
What's up?
I called in a couple weeks ago, so you guys are my woohoo because ever since you told my wife that she should woohoo me more often with her woohoos, it's almost a daily occurrence now, so every day is a woohoo for me. Thanks, guys.
Damn. Thanks, Ross.
And if I sat with Ross, I would show him my woohoos.
Oh, I don't know if he didn't want to see that.
I'm going to cross off the star that I had by Ross's name. He was real
Thanks,
close
Ross.
to winning there.
515-517-2303.
What's wrong? Everybody has nipples. What are you scared of?
Let's go to Urbandale. That's where Justin is. Justin, welcome to the Rush Radio Show. Who's your weekly?
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, I know it's the weekly woohoo, but I'm going to take this opportunity to throw Travis under the bus. Listen, dude, it's called a windmill, not a windmeal. Now, if the Dozers built it, the Fraggles ate it, it would be a windmeal.
Oh, you're going back to the Jan
windmill.
Jensen interview. You know, he's going back to the when I was giving her a hard prime time, or I mentioned the windmill at in Elkhorn. So it's been bugging him since Monday.
Let that go.
Yeah, it's been bugging him since Monday. That's
But
fair.
great interview.
Thank you.
Great interview, but I can't get that one word you said
Have a nice
wrong.
weekend, guys.
Thanks,
I
buddy.
love it, Justin.
You know, pronunciation and enunciation are not my
I normally catch because you've got a few words that you do that with every now and again, and I normally catch it. I didn't catch windmeal.
Either did I.
But Tyler said he caught it too. So, and Jan Jensen she didn't stop you. She knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
When you said crick, she knew what you meant.
Ryan, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. Who's your Iowa Lottery weekly woohoo?
Well, today, hey, welcome, boys. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Today, the woohoo is we get to wrap up maybe the final tournament of my daughter's volleyball season. But the biggest thing, and since Ross had brought it up, what is the favorite line from that CD? Ross, you remember the GOAT?
Dude, I've had several people reach out to me and say the GOAT was the best part of the Adam Sandler They're All Gonna Laugh at You album. And I'll be honest, man, I kind of...
Guys.
Oh, my gosh, I do. You just rang it.
He goes, hey, guys. He's like, you really weaved that fucker in there. What are you, Roger Starbucks? But then the best one was when the lady's just sitting on the side of the pool. She's like, oh, why don't you just go outside and put some lotion on your balls and play with your cock and balls? Anyway, sorry. Not safe for radio.
No, it's safe for our show. It's safe for our show, and that made us laugh.
Dude, I told you it was
like one of the
very.
funniest things. You guys started talking about it on Monday.
And I've never listened to.
Been able to stop thinking about.
I got to go listen to the
That's
album.
funny, Ryan.
I've got to go
That's
listen.
so funny.
All right, Ryan. Thanks, man. Hey, is this your cell phone number if you win?
It is.
All right. You might get a text from me, just so you know.
I told you that was
Thanks, Ryan.
it was like beyond R-rated. When you say is it R-rated, it's like NC-17.
I don't know if I've heard from this. I'm going to assume I know who this is. Booker, welcome to the Rush Radio Show.
What's up, boys? Love your show. Happy Friday.
What up, Booker?
What up, Booker?
Hey, before I get to my woohoo, I got a quick question for Ross, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Fire away, buddy.
Hey, Ross, me and you are about the same age. I have a daughter. I have 3 daughters, but one of them is about the age of your daughter. I'm going to be, I got taking my daughter to Des Moines this weekend, and I was trying to think of, I was going to take her to like Buzzer Billy's to go eat, and then we're going roller skating or something. but I forgot that Adam Sandler was downtown. So I was just wondering, where would you take your daughter in Des Moines for like just a cool, unique experience as far as food goes?
Okay, food or just experience? Because for what I would do if you have one time, and I love all of Bruno's places, but there is a place down on 63rd and Grand that has like a giant play area, outdoor play area for kids. So that would be a way for your kid to run around and burn off some energy while you're waiting for your food or drinks or whatever it is. They have good food also. It's called, oh my gosh, Either Or is the name of the place. It's down on Grand Avenue near 63rd. It's easy to get to off of the freeway down 63rd Street, and again has like a little outdoor eating area and this giant outdoor playground for kids.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna write it down and put it on my list then.
All right, Booker. Talk to you soon, brother.
Which
Yeah,
brings me to
anytime,
my
man.
woo-hoo.
Okay, what's your woohoo?
That brings me to my woohoo is my wife and her friends are going shopping for the weekend out of town, so I got no wife this weekend. Woo-hoo, baby!
Thanks, Booker. And he dropped the mic. I didn't even have to hang up. He that was his mic drop. Wow. Good Iowa Lottery Weekly woohoo.
You're gonna have to pick
Ross.
a winner. No, you have to do it because Tommy's gonna be mad at me if I don't pick him. My hair just won't look right.
I've got 4 stars. I've got Ray, I've got Tommy, I've got Brian, I've got Ross.
Again, I have to. What do they call that? Abstain here.
Oh,
I have to, dude. If next time I show up at Platinum for my haircut, Tommy's gonna be like, take a number.
So now you're putting the pressure on me. So if I don't pick Tommy, Tommy's going to hate me.
If you don't pick Tommy, my hair just won't look right. You don't have to decide right now. You can take a time out if you want. Think about it. Pray about it.
Hold on. Let me. Tommy's it. Honest
Tommy
to God.
won?
Tommy is our winner.
Okay.
Tommy, I'm not kidding. Now, on the 4th try, it went on Tommy, but I wasn't looking.
That was a good call. That was a good call. Guy, that's a big woohoo. Won a billiards tournament, and now he gets to go fly down to Mexico to go play pool. Do you call it pool or billiards? I call
it pool because
is that offensive? Is that like ping pong?
I don't
table
care.
tennis.
I don't care. I don't care what it's pool. Rack 'em. Let's play some pool. I don't walk into a bar and go, let's play some billiards.
We should have asked Tommy. Is that 9-ball?
I don't know. Listen, I'm not good at geometry, meaning I can't play pool.
It took me a long time to realize that's what pool was. It really did. When people were like, no, it's just geometry. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I sucked at that, too. I'm the worst pool player in the world for anybody that grew up with a pool table in their home. I grew up with a pool table. I should be really good at it. I suck.
I suck at everything.
Wait.
Oh, no, we suck again.
Yeah.
I suck at everything.
Rev put something in the chat here. What? This can't be. Listen, I love Rev, but billiards has no pockets?
I don't know.
What? And then there's that other game that they play in England where the goal is not to make the balls. It's like called snooker. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know either.
I don't know. You know who might know when we come back?
Tyler Kluver.
Tyler
That guy,
Kluver.
if one thing says billiards expert.
Yes. So
Snooker.
By the way, I do want to thank. We had a lot of calls today on the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo. Thank you so much for participating. We're going to do it every week. We like to have you to call in. It's good to hear people's just fun stories. It's awesome you make us feel good. So thank you so much for calling in. We'll be back and with Tyler Kluver next on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
It's huge.
Hi, my name is John Linares with Willis Lexus, and September is one of my favorite months. I would like to personally invite you to our Willis Automotive new car show on Tuesday, September 16th from 4:45 until 7:30 p.m. It'll be a fun night with friends, food, and beverages. Leading up to the car show, we've specially priced our vehicles for our new car show, and Lexus is supporting us with great low lease rates. For example, a $449 lease rate with $49.99 due at signing on ES. Stop on out or visit us online at willislexus.com.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on therushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini of Des Moines, and right now we have some exciting things to talk about. We have our last Countryman SE. We are leasing that as low as $399 a month with $3,800 down. On top of that, we are doing 1.99 for 48 months on all new 2025 Countrymans. For more information, come visit your favorite Mini motoring advisor or visit us online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Rush, strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. You may be wondering, hey, there's no Iowa game tomorrow. Is there a black and gold rush? The answer to that is yes. Plan on us going live right around 4 o'clock. I land back in the homeland at 1:50. Should give me enough time to get back, get my seat, get everything fired up. And we'll go for an hour, hour and a half. Maybe if we go 2 hours, it depends. But I think the Iowa State game will have a lot to do about it as well, because Iowa State will just be wrapping up with Cincinnati. It'll be a Cardinal and gold rush tomorrow. Now it's a black and gold rush. But and we'll talk a lot about the Iowa game that is coming up next week against Wisconsin. Just because Iowa's not playing doesn't mean we leave out Tyler Kluver. No, sirree. We bring in the host of the Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast. What's going on there, buddy?
Not much. Got a almost 3-year-old homesick today, so if you get any surprises,
that's all right.
She's out on the couch being a good girl right now, watching some TV. But
well,
I kept telling her,
way more important than us. So
it's dad life
Not
is
really.
cool. Well, it's the thing. I was like, my wife had a day off yesterday, and I was just talking about how it's like, man, we get so much time with our kids, but I still feel like I want more. And then about 10 minutes later, like we get a call from her daycare little school, and they're like, she's got a fever, and I'm
wish
like,
granted.
there you go.
Yeah.
So she's really good. I was like, I'm going to be talking to some guys there. So when you hear me, just keep watching your show. But it's amazing. So that's why I got one earphone off just in case chaos starts to ensue. But
thanks for using the term guys, by the way. That better than what we get called often. Are you good at ping pong?
So funny. I don't know what I just hopped in the back when you were talking about pool or billiards or whatever. Right at the break. Specialists notoriously good at pool and ping pong.
Really?
Because they get so much time
in the locker room.
There's only so much time you can watch film as a specialist, right? So the other guys, I mean, there's especially in camp, but really just throughout the entire, I mean, just your whole time there, you're just the time in the meeting room, you get, I don't know, maybe 12 reps if it's a big day on film in practice, right? You've got like a auxiliary camera guy who follows you around and gets some other reps from just you off on the side, but like the in practice, like in period reps, there's not much to watch. So you're done in like 20, 25 minutes. Those other guys, they'll go for an hour, 90 minutes. Specialists got to do something because the meal ain't ready yet. Like you're waiting on dinner to be ready. So,
and besides ping pong, what else is there in the locker room for you to kind of kill that time with?
In the lounge, it was pool and ping pong. And then there were some video games and stuff like that. But yeah, so I got pretty good at pool at one point. Not a ping pong guy though. But there are some guys who could play. CJ Beathard.
I would have figured it was the other. I would have thought that ping pong is so rapid pace and quick twitch and stuff like that. I would have thought that football players would have dove into the ping pong thing, whereas billiards is much more methodical, laid back. In fact, dude, we were having this conversation with Stepsis the other day about the difference between offense and defense guys.
Yeah.
So defense, ping pong. Let's get after it. Let's be intense. Let's make the action happen. Bang, 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 and somebody's going to win. Whereas pool is like, okay, slow things down. Let's make sure we make the right moves. Very offensive. But CJ Beathard was a ping pong guy?
Really good ping pong guy. I mean, he would Marshall Kane, great ping pong guy. You can't hear me?
I lost you guys.
I hear you.
Oh, all right.
Well, we hear Ross.
There goes Ross. There goes Ross again.
Hold on. Let me do this. You got me?
Ross, are you there? Maybe.
Huh.
Well, there you go.
I got you.
We'll figure it out.
Ross can go back and forth. So okay, Marshall Kane, big ping pong guy.
Yeah, so I think the ping pong thing for me was always when I was like, you're growing up and your friends or, somebody's got a ping pong table in their basement. There's a couple guys who were they were insane. I didn't have the ping pong table in my basement, so I wasn't good. And so my skill gap was too far. I was like, okay, I'm not interested in this because I'm just not good at it. And and so then myself and Kevin, actually the other co-host of the pod, we had a class, anatomy class one semester where we spent a lot of time in the lounge studying, and we'd take study breaks and just play a game of pool, and we got pretty good. Yeah.
But you call it pool. You don't call it billiards, do you?
No, we're not I mean, maybe if you're in like a pool hall or something, I don't know. But no, we're not. I don't know. Billiards is like so academic. That's like,
yes, very much so. That is like, ugh. It sounds snotty.
Yeah, billiards. Is that what the sport is called?
I don't even know. Some people call it billiards, some call it pool. I think if you're a country club guy, you call it billiards. If you're white trash like me, you call it pool. Yeah.
What was the origin of the conversation?
Well, because our weekly Woohoo winner won a billiards tournament where he won the billiards tournament, which got him a trip to Playa de Carmen. I mean that's not a bad trip, right? I mean,
wow.
You go to the Riviera Maya and have a little bit of fun. I mean,
if you're winning trips to Playa del Carmen, maybe you call it billiards. I don't know. It's that serious. I wanted to. I checked in. I've been making my picks on the roster baiters all.
How you doing?
Every week, I'm climbing the board.
Really?
I started off real not good, and I think yesterday when I checked, I'm ranked 40 something, right behind you, Travis.
Really?
So I'm climbing. I'm trying my best every week to make picks. And then you mentioned the Iowa State game, which is on there this week, and I'm pretty sure I made. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going Cincinnati this weekend.
Oh, you went Cincinnati. I went Iowa State, I believe. I couldn't pull the trigger.
So on our show, we make bets, right? At the end of our show, our preview show on Wednesdays, we make bets, and I've never started off. We do like 3 or 4 picks a week. And so after 5 weeks, I'm like 3-12 against the spread. Like, I'm not even picking winners. Like, I'm against the spread. I'm 3-12. So I'm like, screw it. I'm taking a new angle. I'm gonna go with the picks that in my mind make sense. Which to me this weekend is Iowa State. They're rolling. They're undefeated. They're ranked 14. Like, how are they now? Granted, they get bit with some injuries, but how are they gonna lose against Cincinnati? Is that really gonna be the team that trips them up? But I've been wrong all year. So I'm flipping every pick that I make, and I'm just going against everything. So Cincinnati's the pick, and that's how I did it.
Wow. Do you spend a lot of time on your picks? Because I don't. When I go to the page, I spend probably 30 seconds on it.
Exactly that. Like, when we make these picks, generally Kevin spends a little bit more time, but I will quite literally live on the show pull up the FanDuel app and just find the games that are intriguing to me and make a decision on whatever the line is right there.
Hey, have you heard any news on Gronowski at all?
No, well, we talked to Brad last night or 2 nights ago. Brad Heinrichs, who is sort of in the know with everything, did learn some interesting stuff about a lot of stuff, but not Gronowski. He had talked to Coach Ferentz like an hour before our podcast, and he even Coach Ferentz was not like really giving any indication. I'm seeing anything from like, oh, he's fine to he's out 4 to 6 weeks. So I have no idea. Going to be interesting though. This is a weird spot for Hawkeye fans where the perception and expectations, you have to change them if he's not in there. And that's really hard for people to do, because if he's not in there, unfortunately, it's a different team. Like, it's a different, and you're in a different situation. So it's a tough spot to be.
I got you back, boys. Thank you.
We were patient with you. Are we monitoring other places too?
Let's see if we're back there now, because it went. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
It's got to be. It's got to be those like 1990 headphones that Ross had to sub in for his in-ear monitors that broke last week.
Have you heard back from Shure yet? Have you got any? Are they sending you new ones yet?
Why they got to be from the 90s?
It looks like you've got. It looks like they're wired into a CD player, and you're walking to school.
I have my Walkman, my Discman. Yeah, but it's got anti-skip on it, so I can jog.
That's legit. What if it was whatever year you went to high school and you were walking down the sidewalk? What would be playing on that?
Aisha, you are the girl that I never had.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'd be listening to.
Nice.
In the 90s.
I like that.
Bopping around. I was talking last night about when we went down to dinner downtown, and we were right next door to this club. When I was in high school, there was an under 21 club that you could go to in downtown Des Moines. It was called 3rd Street Rock Cafe.
Oh boy.
It had a catwalk above the dance floor. It had a swing above the bar.
Sounds like a strip club.
Dude, it was where you went to go to grind on, the opposite sex. And so with that, it would be La Bouche, Be My Lover. Do you remember that song? La da da dee da 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 da.
Okay. I know.
My lover, wanna be my.
I know that.
lover.
Once you did the is that the melody? I knew what it was.
It's a little old for me. I'm not a music guy either.
You're not?
No.
So when you now you've intrigued me. We're gonna veer from football. When you work out, you don't listen to music?
Podcasts.
I love it. Really?
Podcasts, and there was a time. It's rare anymore, unless like I'm just like. There will be days where I'm just overstimulated, like mentally, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go quiet. Like, I will lift in the quiet. I'll just work out in the silence, which I know people think is serial killer behavior. It's like it's my Zen time. Like, that is my time. But no, mostly podcasts. I've got a run of about, I don't know, 10 or 12 or 15 different podcasts that.
Which ones? What are your favorite ones?
So there's like 2 different sectors. There's like the health and fitness and
that makes sense. See, I wouldn't listen to those.
And workout CrossFit podcasts that I'll listen to. Like my own complete world that no one probably has ever heard of these. And then sort of like your Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, comedy kind of stuff and then there's kind of a mix in there too. You've got like Huberman and Peter Attia. Those are like doctors. Like I kind of span. It gives me a whole spectrum that I can listen to if I need something to throw on.
Those are really good. One of my favorite ones is one called Heavyweights. It's excellent storytelling.
Is that done or did it come back?
It's coming back. Because Pushkin picked it back up and they're going to start producing it again. It was made by NPR for a long time. The guys that worked for This American Life are the ones that did it. That's also a good podcast. I like the storytelling stuff, Kluver. I never would. My algorithm would never take me towards a CrossFit podcast. But when you said that initially, I'm like, what do they even talk about?
Yeah.
Well, the same thing every podcast talks about.
Yeah. I mean, the CrossFit, so it's the sport of CrossFit, right? And so there's pros, there's pro CrossFitters, and there's a season that they follow just like any other pro season or athletes. And, just following along with that season and the first stage and the second stage and who's advancing and what workouts are coming out. And like, it's a whole very nerdy niche thing that I'm into, but that's my thing. So
that's cool.
Have you ever gone to a CrossFit gym?
I've been to several. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you now, this is, you're a good family man. You work out in the garage. Yeah. Are the rumors I hear about CrossFit gyms true? You see, he laughs and knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I think I understand what you're talking about. Are you like,
they break up a lot of marriages.
Yeah. It's interesting. Is it causation or correlation? I'm not sure.
Great question, Tyler.
Because I think my 2-year-old's now she's play by playing her show now.
Okay.
So it's an interesting one too.
And closer to here.
Yeah, she's great. CrossFit gyms are a place where there's a culture that's established that is very sort of, there's not the rules that you have in like any time or like you go to Lifetime. There's like, you want to take your shirt off and work out? Sure, do it. Right? Like the ladies want to work out in their sports bra. If you feel comfortable enough, that's the environment. So it's a little bit more, I don't want to say risque, but it's like, you'll see more there. Now,
there's temptation.
Sure. And CrossFit's also, I would say mostly, if it's done right, it's not, but most of the time it's not done right, which is unfortunate. But it's for more younger people because there's movements, you're climbing ropes and you're doing Olympic lifting. And it's just a bunch of stuff that kind of turns off people who are older and they didn't learn that stuff when they were younger. So now they don't want to like get hurt and all this stuff. So it's a younger game, right? That's a factor. And then it works. People who like really dive into it, it works really well. So after a few months, you start to look better and you're like, I want to show this off. Like I want some, and the environment is like accepting of that. So yeah, you get some young 30 somethings, maybe some 40-year-olds who turn their life around, but they're still young enough to like look good and be in shape. Yeah. I think there's and maybe it just attracts those kind of people with, who they are.
That could be it. Because I think you have to have a bit of an addictive personality to do CrossFit. I mean, because you are, it becomes, I mean, you're addicted to working out. You just happen to do your CrossFit in your garage.
Yeah, I would say, me personally, I kind of buck that trend. I have a very, very not addictive personality. But when it comes to exercise, like that's my thing. It's my hobby. So
you mean you're addicted to it?
It's the same thing.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't have a drinking problem. I don't have a drinking problem.
I'd have to explore that more because I'm addicted to the chase of like goals.
Yeah,
that sounds so cheesy.
But that's an addiction. Dude, that is an addiction.
Tyler, as a big fan of yours, I absolutely. It's that you have the healthiest addiction. You have the healthiest addiction. Yeah. I mean, lucky is one word for it. But you've got a really healthy addiction. I think that's awesome. Dude, you're the way that you walked through the CrossFit question explains so much. It explains so much. I would even say the hit rate on those relationships is so low because of exactly what you described. Yeah. Because when you meet somebody where you are, rarely are you going to meet them where you're going.
Yeah. You're right.
515-517-2303. We got a question for Tyler from Booker. Booker, what's your question for Tyler Kluver?
Hey, Tyler, love your show, my fellow Marshalltown Bobcat.
Let's go. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, two of my daughters and my wife, they had your dad for a PE class, and he must be a good teacher because none of them are fat. But anyway, I got a question for you.
All right, hit me.
I do have a question for you. It's kind of a two-part question, but in that Iowa-Indiana game, right before halftime, a player made a penalty. I can't remember what the penalty was, but Indiana got a first down out of it that put them in field goal range.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
I was listening to Dolph. Okay, I was listening to Dolph on the radio, and he said, "Oh, Coach Ferentz is mad. He's really gonna lay into these boys at halftime." He made it sound like Bobby Knight was coming out at halftime, and that made me think. One, when you make an error like that at halftime, right before halftime or something, what does Coach Ferentz? What's he like in the locker room? And then two, have you ever seen him go full Bobby Knight scorched earth before?
Yeah, great question. So
Thanks,
no,
Booker.
I don't think we reached Bobby Knight levels. I would have loved. So on a personal note, Bobby Knight was like my kind of coach. That was like I had a AAU basketball coach when I was in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Very, very much Bobby Knight-esque. And
6th grade.
It was awesome. We were so good and disciplined. It was insane.
We were so good.
We won by pure discipline. It was crazy. Coach Ferentz has never been on that level. I don't think he's not throwing chairs across the. But funny enough, with Rutgers, I had mentioned this a couple times during the Rutgers week. When we played Rutgers in 2016 or 17, we started Big Ten play with them, and we only won 14-7. It was not a good game at halftime, and at halftime, that's the craziest I've ever seen Coach Ferentz. I mean, the most I've ever seen him raise his voice and like posture a little bit and get in guys' faces and really address the whole team of like, you better pick your shit up before this thing goes sideways kind of thing. Literally maybe the only time I've seen him get angry, wild.
Really?
Most of the time, probably what happened the other day against Indiana, it's a very like grandpa, I'm disappointed in you. Stern, still loud, still commands the room, but like, I'm disappointed in you kind of feeling. Parker, on the other hand, probably tore that guy a new one at halftime, even though I don't agree with the call. It was a very, very soft roughing the passer, whatever the call was. But yeah, so that's my answer there. KF, once in 66 games that I attended as a player, did I see him go kind of nuclear for him. But no, he's very, it kind of just rolls with the rest of his coaching. It's very even keel. I think he sees that as like, what's the point? Like these guys know when I say something that I mean it, or that we're trying to get something done. There's intentionality behind it. What's the point of like the emotional outburst, right? That's not productive.
Well, it'd probably throw you off because it'd be like, this isn't who this guy is. I mean, we have.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's he stays pretty calm.
Hey, Ross, just to let you know, because it's going to be like 4 a.m. at Ireland time next week, Tyler's going to do Black and Gold Rush with me next week.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Because
No problem.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to even watch the game, Trav, because I'm probably going to have to like save it on my Hulu.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean, like
you won't-
record it on Hulu as a downloaded thing, and then go back on Sunday or something and watch it.
Yep. You guys are all over the place. You're going to Ireland. Where are you, Travis?
I'm in Phoenix right now, and then I go to Italy in December. So, yeah.
Good for you guys.
It was
I don't know.
100 degrees when I got off the plane at 6 o'clock last night. It was like 97 when I got up at 2 a.m.
That's not good.
It's a dry heat, though. It's a dry
Are you a
heat.
Vegas guy at all, Kluver? You don't seem like a gambler.
No, I'm not.
I'm not a gambler either, but
No.
I go to Vegas with my buddies every now and again.
I've only been once, and it was literally last year for a bachelor party for Kevin, my co-host. His wedding. First time I've ever been. The entire Benton, which was the street we lived on in college, we call it the Benton Squad. That group plus his hometown buddies, like 12, 13, plus his dad, all went to Vegas, and it was a treat.
Yeah, I like Vegas.
I'm not like your guy who's going to go out and like lose $2,000 and go to the strip club and like,
I don't lose $2,000. Well, I lose $2,000 because I go to the strip club. I don't lose money at the tables. I go to the strip club.
That's tough. Financially as a responsible young adult, I just can't.
I mean,
it's hard.
Early in my marriage, I'm in Vegas, and I've told this story before on the old station. I had to come home and tell my wife, "Hey, you're going to see a credit card charge, and it's at a strip club.
That's tough,
and it's quite hefty." I got schnookered,
and it was an easier conversation than when he came back from Mexico. So I asked her.
Yikes, man! There's a lot to learn. I really do have to have Travis on the pod.
Yeah, if you want to get the gloves off, dude, that's the place to go right there.
Love that.
Yeah, don't talk sports with me. Talk life, and I'll go down many, many rabbit holes with you when it comes to life. Oh, good stuff, Tyler. Always good catching up. Just real quick, are bye weeks good or bad? I mean, do guys like them? I know from a health standpoint they're probably nice, but I'm sure you watch a game on Saturday and you're like, God, I want to be out there.
It really is independent of the team situation. I would say good for this team. Mental break. Took a couple lumps on the chin. Reset. Gronowski's hurt. A couple other guys banged up. It's just they gotta get right. There's always gonna be that antsiness of like, man, I really want to keep the momentum going and play. But it'll be good for this team.
Excellent. All right, buddy. We'll catch up next Friday, and then you'll join me on the Black and Gold Rush next Saturday.
That's awesome.
As the Hawks.
Hello.
Look at her.
You say hi. Say hi.
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 She's like, who are these guys? I don't know these guys.
They're weird. They're pretty weird. That's the look girls give me from any age. That's the first look. The first instinct of a girl when they look at me is like,
Look, my wife gives me, but somehow we still made her. So,
see, awesome. All right, we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Tyler Kluver joining us on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Any plans this weekend, Ross?
Oh, dude, I got lots of plans this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be busy guy this weekend. We're going to do Black and Gold Rush. I'm going to try to sneak down to Little Giant Beer Summit when we get done with Black and Gold Rush, and then we're going to have Adam Sandler on tomorrow night. That'll be a great time. Really looking forward to that, and at some point, probably get after that big bass again.
You never did say why the lake was sketchy, but we'll get into that maybe next week. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
It's Body Armor. Real hydration with electrolytes. No artificial dyes and coconut water. Choose better. Body Armor.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Start by getting pre-approved with Gary Presnall at Northwest Bank in Des Moines to see how much you can qualify for and what loan programs meet your needs. Gary can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes or less with a pre-approval letter to you. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA loans along with FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
After Hawkeye football games this fall, Travis and Ross are right where they belong, with you taking your calls and giving unfiltered feedback. Right after Hawkeye football games, it's the Black and Gold Rush on the rushradio.com, the TuneIn app, and on YouTube.
The wait is over. The end of summer closeout on 2025 models is here. The most popular 2025 Nissans are priced to move, and we've got something for everyone. From the economical Nissan Kicks to the family favorite Pathfinder or the rugged Frontier, your perfect match is here. Get incredible savings, low financing, and limited time offers before the year ends. But don't wait. Once they're gone, they're gone. Stop into our showroom or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
Bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bakery, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to The Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.